Hi guys, in this video I'll go through everything you need to know in the index number chapter and how you can get 10 full marks in exams. Using a complete SPM past year question, I'll teach you how I break down and interpret each sub-question and know exactly what to do by using only 3 formulas in the entire chapter. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so something you need to know is that all the information in your question, you can always convert them into 4 of these symbols. Okay, I will tell you one by one what is this. P stands for price. I stands for the price index. Okay, I bar. If you see a dash on top here, we'll read it as an I bar. Is your composite index. Don't worry, later I'll explain one by one what it means. W stands for the weightage. Okay, so a lot of students, they don't know what they are learning also lah, price index or index number. So a simple way of understanding price index is it is talking about the price increase or the price decrease. Okay, in percentage. Okay, but I put inverted comma for the percentage because we don't really write the percent. So this is my way of explaining to my students, and usually they get it quite easily. I give you one example. Basically, if you have in year 2005, 2015 and year 2020, okay, you have a cup of tea, okay, which is quite expensive, RM5. Let's try to find out the index. So what we'll do usually is we'll take the price in year 2020 divided by the price in year 2015. So the price that is from the bigger year 2020 is always on top, and then times 100. Don't write percent though. Okay, resist your temptation. Don't write percent. This is going to be 100 still. Okay, so these are all your price index lah. This one is your price index, huh? Okay, what this means is the price did not change. Okay, if it stays at 100, it doesn't change. Okay, or you can say that it is 100% of the original RM5. Okay, in year 2020, it is still at 100% of the original RM5. Okay, I give you another one. Let's say if the price increased from RM5 to RM6 this time. Okay, so how we'll find the index is we will take the price from year 2020, from the bigger year, divided by the one from the smaller year, times 100. This time you will get 120. Okay, this just means that the price has increased. Maybe I just use this. Increased by 20%. Just now remain unchanged. Now increased by 20%. Or you can just say that this is 120% of the original RM5. So this is what price index is talking about lah. One last example. So we got remain the same, increase. Now I show you decrease. Okay, so the bigger year 2020 is on top, the smaller year 2015 is at the bottom, times 100. Remember, don't write percent. This time you're going to get 80. Okay, the price index is 80. What does this mean? It means that the price has reduced or decreased by 20%. From the original 100, you drop by 20, meaning reduced by 20%. Okay, and or you can also say that this is 80% of the original RM5. Okay, if I show you like this, you can see very clearly really what we are doing. Okay, all these values are your price index. 100, 120, and 80 is your I. So if the question states the price of something something increased by 20%, straight away you know the index is 120. If the price of something something dropped by 30%, okay, drop by 30%, then you straight away would know the index is 70. Okay, you just use 100 as the middle mark. If it's unchanged, then it would remain at 100. Remember that. Okay, so that you will get your first formula already. Okay, the index is of, okay, I put year 2020 based on year 2015, would be equals to the price in year 2020 over the price in year 2015 times 100. Okay, all these 20 and 15 is the year 2020 and year 2015. We can actually also use this formula for the I bar. Okay, I'll show you how. So let me write this down first, then only I explain. Okay, so this one is the first formula. Okay, but to show you how I use it, I need to write out for you something here. Say, imagine if you want to bake a cake, you will need a few ingredients, right? Okay, I'll just list down a few main ingredients. Maybe we need butter, of course flour, maybe some eggs. What else do we need? And of course sugar, right? So this would be your I values basically. Okay, if you're doing for butter, flour, eggs and sugar, whatever you get, the index would be I, and the main product, the end product, would be your I bar. Okay, this one you have to know. So we can also talk about other things like expenditure maybe. Okay, oops, expenditure. So let's say if expenditure is the I bar this time. Okay, some of the I's could probably be rental, food, and expenditure on traveling and so on. Okay, so it could be for many things. You just need to know that I bar is talking about the main product. Okay, and then I is talking about the individual items or the individual products or ingredients. Alright, so this formula, right, you see here, okay, the price, it can be for the price of the butter, flour, eggs or sugar, or if you are talking about the price of the whole cake, you can also use this same formula. Okay, same formula, it's just that if it's for butter, flour, eggs or sugar, you use the I only. Then if it's for cake, then you use I bar lah. Okay, a very simple example here. Okay, so this is to teach you how to differentiate between an I and an I bar. Okay, other than that, it's also important for us to know that for us to bake a cake, we need a certain amount of butter, flour, eggs and sugar, correct? So for butter, let's say we need 150 grams. For flour, maybe we need 400 grams. Okay, eggs, maybe we need 50 grams. Sugar, we need maybe 100 grams. Okay, so all this in purple color, right, they are the weight. Okay, or we can call it as the weightage, meaning how much you need to put for each of these ingredients to bake your cake. Okay, we'll call this the weightage, which is this W. Okay, so with this weightage, right, you will know how to use the second formula already, where this formula is also for your composite index, and how it works is like this. Okay, I write down first the formula, later I explain what this means. If you are very familiar with your formula for mean or average, you will know that this actually looks very alike like the mean formula. So basically what we are doing is we are taking all the I values, multiply with the weight or the weightage, and sigma means plus together. Okay, so I times W plus I times W plus I times W plus I times W. And then you divide it by the total weight. Okay, your 150 plus 400 plus 50 plus 100 all add up together. Okay, that will give you your composite index, your I bar. Okay, so this is the second formula. Then the third formula is when you have 3 years involved. Okay, what do I mean by that? So let's say you have year 2010, year 2015, and year 2020 involved in this question. Okay, and they tell you, or you already know, that the index for this one is called X. The index for this one is called Y, from year 2015 to year 2020. And the index from year 2010 to year 2020 is called Z. Okay, I show you the formula first, then only I give you one example very quickly. Okay, so meaning this one would be this X times Y divided by 100 equals to your Z value. So how do you remember this? The two shorter ones, okay, the two smaller ones here, you times together and you divide it by 100, you will get a long one, which is the Z. This is how you remember. The two shorter one, makes sense, right? Divide by 100, times together, divide by 100, you will get the long one, which is called Z. So for example, if the price index here is 120, the price index here is 125, what is the price index from year 2010 to year 2020? It would be 120 times 125, the two shorter one times together, divided by 100. Okay, type in your calculator, then you can get answer. Cannot. So basically, these are the three formulas that you must know in order to solve the questions in exams. Huh? Alright, so you will notice that your first formula, the first box, it is all related to price only. Okay, this is the only formula that has price inside one, P. Okay, the other formulas, the second and third one, don't have price. So the moment you see they give you information about price, most likely it's going to be this first formula. So this is the formula for price. The second one is the formula for your composite index. Okay, where you will need your weightage. So make sure you have your weightage and you're looking for your mean value of all the I, add up together times the weightage. That will give you your composite index also. Okay. Lastly is when you have 3 years involved. Okay, when you have 3 years involved. Alright. So, sorry, a bit ugly. We will go through one whole SPM question and I'll teach you how I analyze the question and use all these formulas. Okay, let's get right into it. Okay, SPM 2005. Whole question here is 10 marks. Huh? Let's quickly read through the question. The table shows the price indices for 4 ingredients, P, Q, R, S, in making a particular type of biscuit. Okay, this time we are not baking a cake anymore, we're making biscuits, and these are the ingredients, P, Q, R, S. The pie chart represents the relative amount of ingredients, P, Q, R, S, used in making these biscuits. Relative amount meaning that all this angle, right, represents how much, or the ratio that you need to put into making this biscuit. Okay, let's look at this table now. So that's the pie chart. But for this table, you have first thing first, price. And this is the price in year 2001. Maybe I write this, year 2001. And this one is the price in year 2004. And this is what? Price index. Okay, price index for year 2004 based on year 2001. The bigger year always on top, smaller year always at the bottom. Okay, we go straight into part A, 3 marks. Find the values for X, Y, and Z. X is right here. So far, the information that I have that I think I can use would be on the price up. Okay, and we know that the index of 04 based on year 2001 equals to the price of 04 over the price of year 2001 times 100. Okay, so that's how I think we can find out our X, Y, and Z. So let's do the first one first. The price index for ingredient P is X. And that is equals to the price in year 2004, which is 1 ringgit, divided by price in year 2001, which is 80 cents. So I'm using these values, 1 ringgit divided by 80 cents. Always remember, bigger year always on top. So year 2004 is on top, times 100. Okay, so X will be what? Use calculator. 1 over 80 cents times 100, you get 125. Okay, that means that the price for ingredient P actually has increased by 25%. Alright, next one. To find Y, we need to use these few values, 140 and 2 ringgit. So 140 is the index this time. Y should be on top because that is from year 2004. 2 ringgit at the bottom, and times 100. Remember, don't write percent, no? So for this one, we can do 140 times 2 divided by 100. You will get 2 ringgit 80 cents straight away. Okay, 2 ringgit 80 cents. Then we got one last one to find, which is the Z. Let's quickly find the Z. 80 is the index. So you just repeat 3 times only, you get 3 marks. And you need to put 40 cents on top, Z at the bottom. Okay, these are the price for ingredient S times 100. Okay, this one a bit tricky. Maybe I multiply the Z go up. And then 40 cents times this one, we get 40 lah. So Z will just become 40 divided by 80. Let's write it in decimal. So it is 50 cents. Okay. Maybe I quickly list down all the values now. So X is 125. Y is 280 actually. Z is actually 50 cents. Okay. So you do this formula 3 times, you get 3 marks. Okay. Part B. Calculate the composite price index for the cost of making this biscuit in year 2004 based on year 2001. So composite price index meaning we are looking for the I bar. Okay, and it's quite obvious because if they are talking about the main product, which is the biscuits, then it would be I bar. If they're talking about only the ingredient P, Q, R, S, then it would be I. Okay, be very clear of that. So we are looking for I bar for year 2004 based on year 2001. Okay. Since we have all of the weightage, okay, in this pie chart, and we have all of the index of 04 based on 01, I think we can use the mean formula, remember? The I and W all add together for each ingredient P, Q, R, S, all add together we write as a sigma, divide by all the weightage all add together, and this is the formula. Okay, I just put this at the side, but before that let me extract the weightage. So the pie chart here has your weightage, how much you need to put for each ingredient. Okay, let me write in red color here maybe the weightage for ingredient P. Oh, we don't know what is the angle yet, but never mind. Let's do Q first. Q is 120, R is 100, S is 60. Okay, P, we can find out what is the angle actually, because this is a pie chart. Pie chart is a circle. So for a circle, your total angle is 360. I'll use my calculator. Just take 360 minus the rest. You will get 80 degrees. Okay, whole circle is 360 degrees. So our weightage here will be 80. And one thing that you need to be very careful of is, if you can, always make sure to simplify the weightage. Okay, so this weightage is the ratio of how much of each ingredient you need to put inside so that you can bake this biscuit. Okay, simple. So I think all these numbers you see here, we can divide it by 20, I think. So by dividing it by 20, we'll get a 4. Divide by 20, I will get a 6. and 5, and then a 3. Okay, I think this is the most simplified weightage. It's important to simplify the weightage when you can. Later I'll tell you why. So I think we can use the formula already. Okay, let me draw a proper straight line so that's not so ugly later. So each of the index 125 times 4, 140 times 6, 1 by 1 you times 125 times 4, 140 times 6, and then 150 times 5. One last one, 80 times 3 over the total weightage 4 plus 6 plus 5 plus 3. Okay, then you'll get your final answer already. So if it's possible, you can type the whole thing out, which is what I'm going to do right now. Give me a while. Times 3 over 4 plus 6 plus 5 plus 3 at the bottom. Okay, I get 129.44. I'll just write that. And that's the final answer. Okay, that's the final answer already. So we have answered the question. Composite index means I bar for your biscuits. Okay, you know that if you got weightage and all the index, you can use this second formula one. Okay, let's go on part B2. So part B1 and part B2, they combine together and give 5 marks. Okay, later I'll show you where they will award the marks. Hence, calculate the corresponding cost of making this biscuit in year 2001. Okay, the cost. If the cost in 2004 is this. Remember I saying before, if you see RM meaning what? Meaning it's price. Price in year 2004 is 2985. And the moment you see price, usually means what? Should be the first formula, right? Because the first formula is the formula for your price. Okay, but are we talking about ingredient PQRS? Or are we talking about the biscuits? Okay, this one should be biscuit, right? Biscuit, we will know it is for I bar. Biscuit is I bar, PQRS is I only. And I'm going to use this formula again, but this time for biscuit, which is I bar. Okay, your first formula. Okay, it's quite simple one because we have already found out what is the I bar for 04 based on 01, which is this one. Okay, 129.44. This is the index for the biscuit. So we just put 129.44 equals to the price in year 2004 is 2985. The price in year 2001 is what we are trying to calculate. Price in year 2001. Don't forget to times 100. Okay, maybe we can times this one go up. Okay, if you can do it in one step, that would be even better. I'm just afraid some of you might not be too comfortable with me doing it straight away. Therefore, the price in year 2001 is just 298500 divided by 129.44. Okay, I get RM, you can write the RM also, it's fine, 2306.09. Okay, or 2306 actually is good enough. Alright, so this is the price of the biscuit, of making biscuits in year 2001. Okay, so in this whole part B, right, where they award the marks, 1 mark for your formula in B1 there, 1 mark for your final answer, and 1 more mark actually for the weightage. Okay, the 4, 6, 5, and 3, if you simplify your weightage, right, they will give you 1 extra mark. So that is why I said it's important for you to go and simplify your weightage. Okay, see whether they can divide it by any number to make it smaller. If it's possible, please do so, and then only you put inside the formula. Okay, then in part B2, this formula gives you 1 mark, and then the final answer also gives you 1 mark. So far we got 8 marks already. Okay, part C, the last 2 marks. Let's see. The cost of making these biscuits is expected to increase by 50% from 2004 to 2007. So remember, if they say increase 50%, decrease 50%, all this thing, they are just trying to tell you some information about the I. And this one is talking about year 2007 based on year 2004. Remember, bigger year always on top. If I say increase by 50%, that means it's 150. Okay, because 100 means it's unchanged, increase 50 means 150. But this one, right, you need to be careful because they are talking about biscuits. For biscuits, we know it is I bar. Okay, not just I, be careful, it's I bar. Okay, let's continue reading the question. Find the expected composite price index for year 2007 based on year 2001. So we are looking for composite index year 2007 based on year 2001. Okay, now that I have written the information here, do you notice that they are referring to they are referring to 3 different years. We got 2007, 2004, and 2001. Maybe I use this. Okay, 2007 and 2001. So if there are 3 years involved, we know we will use the number line one, right? Okay. We will need to rearrange, or we will need to arrange the years in order. Okay, 2001 first, then 2004, and then 2007. Alright, from 2007 to 2004, from 2004 to 2007. Okay, maybe I put on top. This one is 150. Okay, 07, 01 is what we are looking for. I highlight for you in case you don't know where these values come from. Okay, you look at the year 04, 07, 04, 07 is 150. And then got one more actually, which is 129.44. That is your index. This one, that is your index from year 2001 to year 2004. Okay, so the one in blue is the 129.44. And we know how to find out the price index or the composite index from 07 based on 01. Basically, you just take the 2 smaller one on top there, times together, and divide by 100. Remember? 2 small one times together, you will get the long one. So this one, let me just type into the calculator. And you will get 194.16. Okay, that's the final answer. So 1 mark for this formula, 1 mark for your final answer. Okay, the 2 shorter one times together, divide by 100 will give you the long one, which is the orange color one. Orange color one. Okay, so to summarize the whole question, you see I only use 3 formulas. Okay, let me bring down. I only use 3 formulas actually. First one is talking about price. Okay, if it's I, then it's going to be for your ingredient P, Q, R, S. If it's I bar, then it would be for your biscuits for this case. Okay, and then we also have the formula number 2, which is for your composite index or finding the mean. We use this when you have all of your I's and the weightage. Then lastly, if there are 3 years involved, like year 2001, year 2004, year 2007, we know that it is the index for the 2 smaller year times together, divide by 100 equals to the index for the one that is the longest one. Correct? So the short one times together over 100 equals to the long one. Okay, so that is all you need to know. The three formulas, remember, if they are related to the price, your first formula. If they are related to your weightage, you are given weightage, your second formula for composite index. Your third formula is to be used when you have 3 years involved. Okay, so that is all you need to know. And if you enjoyed today's video, you can subscribe to this channel as I'll create more videos like this in the future. Do let me know also in the comments below on how I can improve. See you next time. Bye bye.